We are live on the big show. How is everyone doing at Traveling with Bruce out there in TWB land? I hope you're all doing well today. Welcome to the Monday night show, Traveling with Bruce. Nice to have you here, and I hope you had a great weekend. It was all good here in Crestonia. No complaints. We're all doing fantastic. Wonderful weather and no forest fires in the area, so we're very pleased with that. We're surviving, staying intact. I'm just double checking to make sure we are coming onto the air here. Here we go. I think we're live right here. Oh yes, we are. We have found my show. I have found my own show on my own big ass iPhone, my new iPhone 11 Pro Max. Look how big this thing is. This is huge. Great phone. Love it. Absolutely love this telephone. And folks are starting to pile in to say hi to me. This is wonderful. Welcome one, welcome all to Traveling with Bruce. Now we're going to check out here on the big ass iPad, which of course is right here. I mean, you know, it's a big ass iPad. And there we have 62 of you are here now, and you're piling in to say hi to me. Tell me, where are you watching me from tonight? Tell me what your high temperature is where you are tonight, folks. How's the weather? How many of you are going to be impacted by this hurricane? Because there is a hurricane coming through Louisiana and parts of Texas, I guess. We're watching that. Thankfully, no cruise ships in the area, unfortunately, because there is no cruising. And so what can I say? There will be no cruise ships inconvenienced by this hurricane, but it's going to hit land and it's going to make a bit of a mess, I am sure. So all of you who are here, thank you for joining me. Tell me where you are. You have any questions about cruising, let me know. And we'll cover the cruise game, what's happening in the cruise ship world out there, and go from there. And I'd love to say hi to as many of you as I can. And thank you for joining in. Today, I uploaded a video. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but if you get a chance, let me know what you think, because it is the first video that I have ever uploaded using my new MacBook Pro that so many of you were so gracious to help me get by way of donations. I cannot thank you folks enough. Today, I started working on a video using the MacBook Pro after the last 2.5 weeks watching video after video after video and trying a couple of test videos to get a handle on and get a hang of the Final Cut Pro software that's inside this computer. Final Cut Pro 10. I have a trial version that I can use for 90 days. And today I was successful in producing my first ever video with the MacBook Pro. It's not as fancy as the videos I've been doing already on the PC, but I'm starting from like below ground. I have so little idea, but I have so little idea how to use this computer. But the good news is tomorrow it's 3 weeks, and all day today I've only had this computer on. I have not had to go to my PC for any emergency work. Everything I needed to do for my YouTube channel and all of my work has been on the MacBook Pro. So that's a sign that we are getting the hang of this thing bit by bit, and so I'm very excited about that. So let me know what you think of the new video, and tell me if you've noticed what's called the transition effect that I put in between photos today with the Apple, and also the new titling that I tried out today. There's so much I have to learn on so many little basics. I had no idea when I thought I was going to become a YouTuber. I thought, well, all I have to do is just sit in front of the thing and just talk to the camera, you know, and just say hi to everybody, and I'll go viral. Because look at this face. This is a face for YouTube virality. Virality. There it is. YouTube virality. I mean, Casey Neistat. I'm prettier than Casey Neistat. I mean, come on. Come on. So, you know, I should have 1 million subscribers within the first couple of months of being on the air, and millions of views with followers from everywhere. It didn't work out that way. And then what I figured out, what I began to figure out after a little while was you don't get 1 million views for that, and you also have to learn how to become an editor. You have to learn how to become a video editor or film editor. I had no idea I had to do that. Then you have to learn how to become a Facebook host and group page organizer. I didn't know that. Then you had to figure out how to do an Instagram account. I didn't know that. You had to figure out how to become a Twitterer. I didn't know that. They didn't tell me that. There's no instruction book that you can order that tells you all that. But oh my, once you're into YouTube, you're into a lot of stuff. So what can I say? The channel is the channel is growing. I'm happy to report that we are almost at 59,000 subscribers. I think we were only 20 away from 59,000 subscribers. And then the next target after that is the big 60,000. We're going to go for 60,000 subs. That's exciting. What can I say? 60,000 subs for this old guy on YouTube. Right on. Thanks to all of you out there. So many of you are following me, and I get discovered by new people every day. It's amazing. People write to me and say, I just discovered your channel. I love your videos, and I love the way you do them, and you have very interesting information, and it's wonderful. It's just absolutely wonderful. Love it. Thank you, all of you who are following me, and those of you who have been here from way back, from way back, and you know who you are. There are folks here who are on this live show today who've been following this channel since I had 100 subscribers, 200 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. There are many of you who are here when I only had 3,000, 4,000 subscribers. Thank you for still hanging around. The problem is, I guess, this is like a time machine. You can go into my channel and you can take a look at the earliest videos I ever did, and you can just see how young I used to be. I mean, in 2017, when I started this channel, I had a full head of hair. I had a massive beard. No, I didn't have a beard. Never had a beard, but a full head of hair. No white hair. It was all dark brown hair. I've changed. Oh, I've changed. Thank you all for sticking around. Today's video, as I said, what was it about, you ask? Let me tell you. It's all about the Magnifica. I'm looking over here at my notes because I wrote down, some pointers as to what I was going to talk about in my video when I did the voiceover. The Magnifica from MSC. Surprise, surprise, surprise. What happens if you're a cruise line and you are forced to shut down in March, and then you have your ships, idling along, and you send all your crew home, and people are begging to go cruising again. They can't wait to go cruising again. And you're a cruise line operator, and you're thinking, hey, people want to go cruising real bad. The minute we can go cruising again, we should start up, because there's all this money on the table that we can make. And what do? You're a cruise line and like MSC, and you announce, guess what? We're going to go. We're going to put 2 ships in the water. We're going to put the Grandiosa in the water and the Magnifica in the water, and we're going to offer Mediterranean cruises to all of our fans. We're known, MSC, we're known as the #1 cruise line in the Mediterranean. This is our home turf, so we should have no problem getting a whack of people that will want to cruise the minute we announce we're going to go cruising. So they announced, with like a month warning, they announced to the world, we're going to cruise the Mediterranean on these 2 ships. And they started selling, cabins, offering cabins for sale with like a 60-70% occupancy level. I think they're only selling the balcony cabins. Don't quote me on that as a for sure, but I think that's what's happening here. And the Grandiosa went out last week for its first cruise out of Genoa, Italy. And everybody was emotional and happy and celebratory, and it was a wonderful thing. And the cruise was limited to Italian travelers and those from countries in the European Union that really brought down the COVID case numbers. Everything went well until the 3rd day, until that so-called family of 3, I think it was 3 people, They were on an escorted tour in Naples. They were supposed to stay together because the people on the ship, once you're on the ship, you don't want to interact with anyone really off the ship, really. But for whatever reason, they were in Naples on some kind of a tour, and these 3 family members took off. They just took off, and they went to see the city all by themselves. We're in Naples. Maybe they went to see relatives. I have no idea. But they got back to their ship at the end of the day, figuring they'll just rejoin their group when they get back to the dock, and they'll get on the ship, continue their journey. The tour operator, the person in charge of the group, there was probably more than one. They recognized they were short 3 people, and they figured out who they were pretty quick because they had on them those electronic scanners that scan your room card. Who isn't here? So they scanned everybody on the bus. There's 3 missing. Oh, we know the 3 that are missing. It's so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so. Oh, they're all from the same cabin. They're all from the same family. We'll put the alert out at the dock when they return, if they return. Sure enough, they returned. They wanted to get on the ship, continue their journey after seeing who knows who knows where, and how many people were they exposed to with the virus. They weren't allowed on that ship. They weren't allowed near the ship. There's several checkpoints. They couldn't get through the first checkpoint, probably a half a mile away from the ship. And their luggage had been packed already by the ship crew for these guys. And they can now figure out your own way home from here, buddy, because you're not going anywhere on this ship anymore. Unbelievable story. That was the Grandiosa story just from a few days ago. Anyway, Grandiosa did its trip. It came back to Genoa, and it's now on its 2nd journey. In the meantime, the Magnifica, I keep looking at the name over here, the Magnifica was supposed to start its first cruise, I think, this week. It's supposed to cruise, the Eastern Mediterranean, Greek, some of the Greek ports that they had picked out. And they announced this morning, and MSC announced we're canceling the first months of cruising. The first month of Magnifica cruises are canceled. And they tried to pass it off to the Greek government. They tried to say that the Greek government was putting in new health protocol rules that we have to figure out, and we're not able to be ready in time, or the Greek government won't let us in. But then later on in their little press release, the real reason came out. They couldn't sell enough cabins. They were probably only 20% booked. There was not enough interest. They had cancellations galore. All kinds of Italians were canceling their cruises on this ship because of what the family did in Naples. The stunt that they pulled. They thought that I'm not going on a ship for a week. What if we get somebody that catches the virus? We're going to be quarantined on our ship. I don't want to be quarantined on a ship. I just want to go on a 1-week cruise. I don't want to be sitting on a cruise for 3 weeks, 1-week cruise plus a 2-week quarantine when we get back. No thanks. And so people are canceling like crazy. The ship can't sell out even at 60 to 70% occupancy. So they've delayed the first cruise for a full month. Holy moly. What happens if you're a cruise line and you announce we're back, we're going on, and no one shows up? Now what do you do? Oops. Trouble in paradise, to say the least. So yeah, what is going to happen with MSC? I don't know how booked the Grandiosa is for its 2nd cruise, which it's on now, the 3rd cruise coming up, the 4th cruise. I don't know. Are they down to 30% occupancy from 70? I have no idea. The Grandiosa, of course, is the brand new ship. It's the big flagship of MSC. It is the symphony of the seas for MSC. It's the granddaddy of all the ships they've got. The Magnifica is an older ship. It's 20 plus years old. They cut it in half back in the early 2000s or mid 2000s, added a section to it, and put it back together. It's not the granddaddy of the fleet. It's not the prized ship. It's one of the MSC ships. So we'll see what happens here with the MSC folks. What do you do if you announce a cruise, a bunch of cruises, and you can't sell them in the middle of a pandemic when there's apparently a need and a demand for cruising? Other news for you folks that I will share with you tonight, and this it doesn't come as a surprise to me, but it might come as a surprise to some of you out there. The port director for Victoria, British Columbia, was interviewed yesterday, today, and a quote or two has come out, and the feeling, the gut feel of the port director in Victoria, no cruises in and out of Victoria for 2021. The shutdown of Canada will continue until 2022. That's his personal gut feeling because of the out of control numbers of the virus in the United States. So there will be no Alaska cruising. If Victoria shuts down because there's a no sail order, that means Vancouver shuts down. And if Vancouver shuts down along with Victoria, there'll be no Alaska cruising in all of 2021. So that'll be 2 years lost for Alaska if this holds out, because right now we're in the third week of August 2020. Washington State, the numbers are unacceptable. California, unacceptable. Texas, Florida, 20 states, the numbers are rising. There's no way Canada's going to allow cruise ships from the USA. And I can tell you, as an extension to that little story, you can bet there'll be no cruising going into Canada on the East Coast either, because if they shut down the West, they shut down the East. And there will be no cruising into the Maritimes, Quebec, those beautiful fall foliage tours will not happen. And there won't be any cruising into Canada for all of 2021. Now the next cruise might be 2022. It's very, very disturbing. It's very, very sad. I mean, it's we Canadians, those of us up here in Canada that love going to the States, we love going to the United States. We can't go down there. I can't come down there. I cannot drive my car across the border just to go to my Costco store in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Can't do it. No, not allowed in. The border is closed. And Canadians are going to be shut out all winter. All the snowbirds this year are going to be denied going south. They're not going to be able to go to Hawaii, Arizona, California, Florida, Texas, South Carolina, Georgia. We can't go anywhere in U.S. territory because the numbers are out of control. They're ridiculous, and not gonna happen. Like George Bush Sr. used to say, not gonna do it. Not gonna happen. And so, this is bad news. Without Canadians coming south for the winter, there are going to be bankruptcies of a number of business operators in the United States that count on the Northerners every year to come on down and spend a bunch of dough. There might be private RV campgrounds in trouble, golf courses in trouble, tennis clubs, pickleball leagues. There's all kinds of issues because a whole bunch of Canadians just will not be allowed in, and it'll be unbelievable frustrating. Believe me, I'm just chomping at the bit to head to Palm Desert for the winter. Can't go. Can't drive, can't even see my buddies in Arizona, in Buckeye, Arizona, because they can't go, which means I can't go to see them. So I'll see them in Calgary in the winter. Whoopee! Not looking forward to that. So for Canadians who want to get warm weather, I don't even know if we're going to be allowed by our own government whether we can fly to Mexico. I'm not sure if we can go to Mexico and back. We might be able to. If we go to Mexico, when we come back, we might be in a 14-day quarantine in Canada. I don't know. Can we go to Puerto Rico? Not Puerto Rico. I mean, can we go to Dominican Republic only on a direct flight? No stopover. And Dominican Republic is no bargain either. There's no guarantee. Jamaica, too scary. Cayman Islands, there are no direct flights to the Cayman Islands from Canada. So Canadians are going to be locked up here for wintertime because to get further south than the United States on a direct flight, not many options, not many at all. And forget about going to Australia and New Zealand for some winter time. Our winter is their summer. We can't fly to Australia. They're shut down. They're totally cut off to all international travel, no matter where you're from, period. And so no Canadians will make it there. Flying to Tokyo. I don't know if Canada, Tokyo are doing flights. And then flying from, say, Tokyo to Bali in Indonesia to get the beach weather. Don't know what can be done there. It is just so uncertain, so totally uncertain. And there might be options like Bali, but the cost of a Canadian to get to Bali, it's impossible for most Canadians to afford it. Where normally we would fly to Phoenix on a 3.5-hour flight from Calgary or Vancouver. Return flight, $400, $450. You can't get a $450 return flight to Bali, Indonesia from Canada. There's no such thing as that. Thousands of dollars plus the costs of food and lodging. It's all in US dollars. It's impossible. So yeah, bad year coming up. Hawaii is going to be really hurting this year. Americans will be allowed to fly into Hawaii, but there won't be enough to take the overflow needed from the Canadians that aren't coming and those from Asia that aren't coming in. It's pretty bad. So anyway, there's some news for you that I don't want to bring you, but I'm telling you here, do not be surprised if in the near future you begin to hear strong rumors about the Canadian shutdown that will be extended for Canadians to fly south, Americans to come north, cruise ships to come through Canadian waters again. It does not look good at all. Without a national strategy in the United States, there is no way other countries are going to open up their borders to Americans. Just come on up here. It's just not going to happen. And for Americans, it means you're shut in. You're going to be shut in even more because in Europe, you're not going to be able to go. Caribbean, most countries are going to shut down and stay shut down. We already know the Cayman Islands will not allow cruise ships now until 2021. That is an artificial date. There is no guarantee that on January the 1st, 2021, that cruise ships will be coming into the Cayman Islands. I don't think so, because there won't be any cruise ships leaving Miami or Fort Lauderdale or Port Canaveral. There will be nothing like that going on because none of the international travelers that come into Florida to get on cruise ships are going to be coming in. And so cruise lines are going to be up against it. They might put on a brave face and say, well, we're going to cruise with 65% occupancy because of safety. But I can tell you right now, countries around the world will not allow cruise ships starting in Miami to come to their town. That's the issue right there. The folks in Georgetown, Grand Cayman will not allow a cruise ship in from the U.S. I doubt they'll allow a cruise ship in from anywhere, actually. It's pretty rough. So yeah, it's going to be a long, cold winter up here, and it's going to be a lonely winter down south, deep south, Caribbean south. From where I sit right now, it is not looking good. And boy, I just hate being the Debbie Downer to tell you this, but this is the view from outside of the bubble of America. Those of us on the outside looking around going, you got to be kidding me. No way. There's just no way. Schools can't open. Colleges can't open. Going to a hospital is an ordeal. You can't visit a loved one in a senior center. In Canada, it's all still shut down. In my hometown, Creston, 5,000 people. We wear a mask wherever we go. Wherever we go, we wear the mask. And if you're not wearing a mask, people look at you kind of funny. Like, you're kind of funny looking because you don't have something in front of your face. You're just asking for trouble if you haven't got the mask on. You're just this invisible virus, microbial size virus. It has no friends and it has no loyalties. It's looking for a place to go and thrive. And there are, unfortunately, too many willing hosts showing themselves in parts of this world. And unfortunately, in America, too many places in America where this virus is having a field day, an absolute field day. Here in British Columbia, if we get 50 cases showing up in one day from a province of 6.5 million people, we have 50 cases of the virus. That is a disaster around here. That is bad news. We have 5 people in the hospital. We're already worried because we don't take chances with this thing. We're not like macho about it. We are very respectful of this menacing virus. And now we hear today, don't know if you've heard, but I heard today, a number of people, there's definitely a case that has been documented and it's been confirmed by the World Health Organization and other agencies that a Hong Kong resident has contacted the virus for the second time. They had it the first time. They were in the hospital. They've now got it again. They have tested positive, even though they had immunity to it, but it is apparently limited immunity. Kind of like the cold. You can get a cold more than once a year. You can get a flu every year. There is no immunity to a flu. Just because you got over the flu 2 months ago doesn't mean you can't have a flu again. That's what this is. And so there is no get out of jail free card. There is no such thing as, what do they call this? Herd immunity? Herd immunity? There is no herd immunity. If you get this virus, you can get it again. Now, with a vaccine, you might be good for a year, but you got to get a booster shot next year to avoid it again. Think about that, folks. How many billions of vaccines are we going to need to knock this thing down, and then billions every year to keep knocking it down? This is the reality that we are coming into, that no politician who's trying to get elected right now wants to talk about this with you. Not here in Canada, not in the US, not in Europe. They don't really want to talk to you about that. And I can tell you, in Canada, we don't have politicians actually talking to us about the virus. We have the national cabinet members to do with health and provincial health ministers talking to us because we believe them. They're doctors. Doctors that wear masks in the operating room, those guys, we believe them because we think they know what they're talking about. We don't listen to politicians up here telling us all about the virus and how to get over it and all that because they don't know what they're talking about. They're politicians. That's all they are. But they really wear nice suits and they wear nice clothes and they have a wonderful way of speaking. They're excellent speakers, but they're god-awful when it comes to medical advice because they don't know what they're talking about. So in Canada, we have a very short fuse for, the local politician telling you how to get over the virus. We don't fall for that crap. Fake news. We don't go there. Tell me, doctor, please, what do you want me to do? And I'll listen to you because you're in the hospital all the time. You see all this stuff. And I think you know what you're talking about. You studied. You kind of went to school for this. You studied? Yeah, I'm into that, especially the master's degree in medicine. I really like those people. I kind of really dig people like that when they talk about controlling a pandemic. I have a soft spot in my heart for those specialists. But that's just me. I'm Canadian, so what do I know? Anyway, folks, there you go. Cruise news. I wish it would all go away. I really do. I wish we could just rewind the clock to a year ago and just keep right on going. But the world has changed, and the world has forever changed. even if a vaccine were around next week, there is no returning to the normal. I don't know about you folks, but how many of you folks out there know, deep down, you now know that a lot of you who either yourselves or someone you know, relative, friend, associate, former friend in college, they're never going back to their old jobs. Office towers in downtown cores. Many of them will never be operated the same again. I know people personally that I know will never be working in an office building again. They will, for the rest of their working world's lives, they might be 55 now or 60. For the next 5-10 years, they're going to be working as consultants out of their homes. They're going to take a bedroom in their house and make it their office, and they're going to be working out of there. And they're going to just use their Rolodex of contacts over all the years that they've built a contact list as their future for their existence. And in 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, they'll be retired, and they won't ever be back in an office. There are a lot of people out there in their 30s and 40s who were in offices up until 6 months ago, who have been now working from home for 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, whatever the amount of time is. I think a lot of you folks will probably never return to an office setting again as a full-timer. There might be a head office that you are a part of, but you're a part of it in a satellite kind of way, and that you might be in the office one day a month for a few hours. I see that as another new normal. There's just a lot of change happening here that is catching the Western world. It caught the Western world by surprise when it happened. Now I think a lot of us are buying into it as our new future. If you think that North America is going to become like it was in the 50s, which is the big pitch in 2016, we're going to make it great like it used to be in the 50s with factories everywhere. That's over. The 80s and 90s with offices everywhere, that's over. And the new world, the new millennium world of office parks, campuses, 5,000 employees in a large complex all together again, that's over too. I just don't see it anymore. And this digital world that we're part of here, that I'm part of, that you're part of watching me, this, I think, is our going to be a big part of our new normal. And I think for a lot of us, it's been good. For a lot of us, it's been depressing and tough. But for a number of us, it has been surprisingly good and rewarding from a personal level, from a relationship level, from a familial level. We do miss the kids going to school. We do miss that. I'm hoping for some normality there a little bit, but I'm also of the opinion that might not be the normal again either. There might well be a new normal when it comes to kids and education, and it's part of our adult new normal existence as well. None of us bought into this. None of us were looking for it, but it has shown up, hasn't it? I think something else has happened. I know around here where I am in little old Creston, British Columbia. Again, this is a town of 5,000 people, 3 miles north of the U.S. border. We are, and always have been, a little farming area around here. This town that I'm in has a highway going through it. And so a lot of suppliers are here for local businesses, and there's the grocery stores and the coffee shops and the hardware stores and the car dealers. We're all here, but it's only 5,000 people. But I've noticed in the last 3 months, the cost of real estate has gone up. The typical home in this little neighborhood has gone up in value much more dramatically than in the last 5 years, all of a sudden. And we've been talking around here going, what's happening? And we're figuring it out. There are people living in the cities, and I'm talking about cities of 50,000, 100,000, 250,000, a million and more, people who are in the cities who have all of a sudden realized, I don't have to live in this city anymore. I don't need to live in this city to do what I do. I can work from home. I can work wherever there's internet. There's internet everywhere. I don't need to be in a big city. I don't need to be in an apartment building anymore. I don't need to be in a 30-story condo building in downtown Calgary or Toronto or Vancouver. This is just Canada. This is happening in the States too. I am certain this is happening around the world. I am certain this is happening. But here in Creston, home prices have gone up about 10%, 15% this year in like months. And all of a sudden, Jennifer and I are looking around going, any house that's for sale around here, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, it's gone. It used to take 6 months to sell a house around here. All of a sudden, they're gone. The bigger the house, faster they sell, higher price for each house. Surprise, surprise. People are working out of their homes where they want to be living, not where they have to be living anymore. And all of a sudden, we're seeing real estate in this little town and towns all around us all becoming much more popular all of a sudden, because there are a lot of folks in large cities that would really like to live in a place where it's kind of quiet, very low crime rate, no traffic to worry about. Give me good internet, give me decent, give me a grocery store where I can buy my food, and I'm eating at home anyway. I'm not eating out at fancy restaurants every night. I'm not going to do the fast food things 6 nights a week anymore. I'm going to have a home life with my children. The kids are 8, 10, 12. Why don't we grab ourselves a home out of town and reduce the cost of real estate? Because in the big city, it's much more expensive to live. Out in the boonies, in Creston, for example, much cheaper. A home that I'm in here is half the price of a home in Calgary. It's a quarter of the price of a home in Vancouver. And so people are figuring, hey, why don't I sell my house in the big city, take the equity I have, buy a house cash out of town, and I can now work out of a bedroom. My wife can work part-time. I can work full-time, and we can raise the kids. We can live without a mortgage. We've just reduced the cost of our living expenses, which means we can live on less money per month. So we don't have to have mom and dad both work full-time and have daycare. Oh gosh, no. We now can have one of us work full-time, one of us work part-time. The kids are with us. And we have just reduced our cost of living dramatically, and we've improved the family life accordingly. And this is happening at light speed right now all over North America. And the real estate numbers are bearing it out. Look at the U.S. real estate numbers. Average house of a price in the United States is at the highest level ever recorded. In the middle of a pandemic, housing prices in the U.S. average price are at the highest level ever recorded. Sales are way up, inventory way down. Same thing is happening in Canada, and this is happening right here in this town and towns all around me and all over the place around big cities all over North America. It is quite stunning. I wouldn't be surprised if this is happening in Europe. If it's happening in the UK, I'm sure it's happening in other continents globally because of the shutdown. I would love to hear if any of you are noticing that where you are, because this is a thing that is going on. It's not cruise related, but I can't tell you much about cruising right now, can I? There's not much happening in the cruise world. Let me say hi to a few folks who've been waiting patiently. I will try to say hi as many people as possible. Lita Loca is here. How are you doing, Lita Loca? Nice to see you guys here. Tony and Jen, how are you? Welcome to my channel. I'm just noticing you live popping up on my screen here. It's absolutely, I'm delighted that you're here. Any other YouTubers here, please say hi to me and I'll give you guys a shout out. David Guido saying hi. Kirk Brunson. Hey, Bruce from New York. Dollar collapse. Greetings from Colorado. 80 degrees of smoke. Debbie Manuel from Chico, California. Scott Weber's here. Welcome, Scott. Sheila Martin is here from Tennessee. Welcome, Sheila. Emily Archer is in the house. Of course, she's in the house. Thank you, Emily, for being here. I'm not sure if I can catch all of the messages. I may have lost just a pile of them here. My computer will eventually just lose them. David, cruise ships offer for free. Worth it? I don't know. I don't know if you'll be cruising until 2022. Nikki, greetings from one and all. Jacksonville, Florida, 85 degrees, partly cloudy. We had our daily rain at noon today. Welcome, Nikki. Sylvia is here. Hi, Siki. Hi, Sylvia. Welcome. D&G Explorers are here. Hi, guys. Welcome to the show and the channel. John Weir, you have a face for radio. Paul Harvey, voice for radio. You got to be kidding me. This face, are you telling me that this face can't go viral? I mean, look at these glasses. Look at these teeth. I mean, look at the zits. I mean, come on. Oh, my gosh, you people. Mike Zone. Hello, Bruce, Mike, and Leanne from hot and humid Grosse Pointe, Michigan. We really enjoy your videos. Thank you so much for being here and all the kind words. I love you guys. JLo coming in to 39 likes right now. This is a while ago. Rocky Grasso, it's nice to have that 6-pound microphone out of your face. You mean you miss this? You miss having this in front of my face? What are you talking about? It's just a big fat microphone with a big fat fuzzy ball on it. Oh, what can I say? Stephanie is laughing out loud. Adventures with Duncan. Hello, everybody. Welcome, Adventures with Duncan. Susan, are you laugh out loud? Yes, Bruce. Bruce had full head of hair in 2017 when he went live. Absolutely, he did. D&G, time with Bruce. We are there with you on getting older. Yeah. Keith, book The Brilliance of the Seas, June 2021, and hoping all is well by then. Our first Royal Caribbean cruise since 2002, after many cruises on Carnival. Cross your fingers, Keith. Jim Thomas, heard you say something. I heard you said something about the Biscuit Boys are on duty. Yes, the Biscuit Boys. There are a few of us here today. There are like 4 or 5 Biscuit Boys. And Jim Thomas is one of them. I'm one of them, and a few of them are in the area. Welcome, Biscuit Boys. We Biscuit Boys have been given a gift by the Lord Almighty, the gift of girth. There's a few Biscuit Boys in this house. What can I tell you? Thomas D, thank you, Bruce. The information content is why people come to listen and stay. Thank you, Thomas D. Celia, how come I don't believe that part about a full head of hair? Why, Celia, what are you talking about? Just go back and look. Just go back and look at my early videos. You'll see I had a full head of flowing dark hair. But I'll tell you right now, the YouTube world has made it all fall away and turn white. Sylvia, D&G Explorers, you two are young, laughing out loud. Gaming Tex, hello everybody. Hi, Gaming Tex. Jen, Bruce, why are you not on your stock market channel tonight? Just on the big show tonight only. And I will do more work on the stock market channel shortly. But keep an eye open. D&G Explorers, Sylvia, I coughed dust the other day. That's old. This must be Greg, she says. D&G, it's a little Explorer. I was able to leave work early today. Normally, I'm still working. Emily, that family did not make a smart decision. MSC made a safety bubble for a good reason. They sure did. I agree. MG Toast, stay away from Italy. He says, just stay away. Jim Evans, the family messed with the bull and got the horns. Right on, Jim Evans. Robert Blend, hello from Boston. Congrats on the new Mac. Thank you, everybody. Is NCL still building the new class of ship, the Leonardo class? They say they are. They say they will be, but I have not heard anything official. There's been no announcements about this. D&G, Lavalal.mgto, how are you? Italy is your friend. MG, say, hey, D&G, says MG. Sylvia, D&G, yes, Derek, you normally are working at this time. Thomas D, at least that family was in their own country. Well, yeah, okay. Can you imagine a cruise leaving Miami in a bubble? And then a family of 4, they get off the ship in, I don't know where. They get off the ship in Houston, gone for 5 hours, come back after seeing 500 people. What are the odds that they didn't bring guess what with them? Hi, Bruce from Dan Massey. Hi there, Dan. How are you, buddy? All of Europe is full of the disease. Don't believe anything that comes out of Europe, says MG Toe. Brittany, hi, Bruce and all. Just got through making my dinner. Mac and cheese, as I don't want to be making a multiple serving meal before the storms. Plus, I'm currently without a microwave, as mine is no longer working as of a few days ago. Hang in there, Brittany, and stay safe with that storm coming your way. Jim Evans, no Canada, no fishing, no fun. Carol Nichols, I wish the United States had the common sense that Canada has. Conrad, I have an Alaska cruise in 1 year. I guess it's not going to go, and we're going to go in 2022. MGTOW in California, the numbers of disease keep increasing, yet the government is starting to open stuff up. It's just insane. Kim Dahlberg, I wish Canada had the common sense the United States has. Bill Carroll, hi Bruce from Maui, Ohio, 90 degrees today. Gas $1.89 a gallon. Good price. Sylvia, MGTOW, I don't understand why people are talking about cruising and can't get the numbers low in Florida. Their best bet would be to cruise out of New York right now. Brittany, I am now in 8 certifications as a travel agent, 2 Royal Caribbean and 6 Disney. Way to go, Brittany. It is happening over there. Emily, some states have their interstate 2-week of self-isolation rules. Sharios, one, they can go out of Seattle. Sylvia, MGTOW, and the governor of New York isn't letting anyone in. Laughing out loud. Jim Evans, just keep our Tim Hortons from leaving the United States. Please don't let the Tim Hortons leave. Brittany, I was just at the beginning of the last show. I finished up my courses with Royal Caribbean and took the final exam. MGTOW, Sylvia, it's going to be 2 or 3, 4 years before we see an end. Now the second wave is coming, and it'll be worse. Be sure to prepare. Brittany Anderson, let's all give Bruce a big thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. Emily Archer, I have been hearing good things about Bali. Kirk Brunson, the good news here in New York is the numbers are getting better and better, which is great. The gaming text, why say second wave when we haven't even got through the first wave? Yes, New York's doing better, but California is horrendous. It'll be like New York in April all over again. Patrick Ludwig, when do we think cruise ships in the U.S. will start up again? 2021, I don't know. Jim Evans, time to go to the national parks. Cruising is out. MGTOW, South America has millions infected. Kim Dahlberg, without cruising, why do we need Bruce? That's right. What do you need me for? Kirk Brunson, and of course, our governor is getting heat for being safe and opening things up. Gaming text, I wish cruises would cruise in South America more often, like Argentina. Antarctica looks like such a beautiful place. Debbie Emanuel, I will have to figure out how to ship to Costco, how to ship you Costco ice cream, Bruce. You might not make it. I may not get down there. I don't know how to get the ice cream up here. Carol Nichols, Kim, you were always free to not listen. Jim Evans, Bruce is cool. That's why we need Bruce. That's why we need Bruce. Bruce is cool. Todd Stanton, buy stock in camping and fishing gear companies, folks. There you go. Emily, my sister here in New York, says starts teaching September 1. Remote learning and in-school learning not starting at home first. Oh my gosh, what a mess this year. Carol Nichols, Jim, I totally agree. Ben H. Tran, what's up, TWB family from TWB? Watching on 2 of my iPads, my iPhone, my iMac Pro game console, and 13-inch iMac Pro. Thank you, Ben. Kim, Carol, you are free not to listen. Jack Wise, the USA, 90% of the issues are politically generated. A lot of them will cease to be an issue after November the 3rd. It'll be interesting. I really enjoy listening to Bruce, says Carol. MGTOW, the virus mutated. Kirk Brunson, my son, will be doing a lot of full remote learning this coming year. Jim Evans, Carol, absolutely. Rebecca Reimer, hello from Lexington, North Carolina. Zoom, school is Zoom, online 3 times a week and 2 days in class for our numbers of COVID have dropped. We are in the country, most of our cases coming from assisted living homes. Very sad story there. Robert saying many cruise lines on the Alaska trip, what are they going to do without this area to cruise to? I wonder how long they can stay in business when they're limited to where they can go. Exactly. Gaming tech, watching on each of my 37, 72-inch TVs, plus my car's infotainment system. Thank you very much. Sylvia, MGTOW, I didn't even hardly leave my house. Walk in the morning by myself, go to grocery store when I need to work, cleaning dentist office when everyone is gone, and then I come at home and stay at home a lot. Right on, Sylvia. I hear you there. Donnell, me too, Carol. I'd rather listen to Bruce than watch TV news any time of the day. MGTOW, Sylvia, get used to it. It is really dangerous out there. Carol Nichols, Donnell, me too, 100%. I like watching Bruce. Sylvia, MGTOW, I don't want to get sick. Plus, you better stay safe too, and I always wear a mask. Robert, hi, Bruce. Why did the cruise ship stocks rise today? I do not know. I really cannot understand it. I think Royal Caribbean stock is way overpriced right now at what, $65 a share. If you own any of that stock, my advice to you, get the hell out of Royal Caribbean. It is way overpriced. It should be around 20, not 65. There will be no cruising on Royal Caribbean ships until at least 2021. And even then, It'll be limited. I just don't see the company making a profit for a year and a half, at least 6 quarters of misery, billions in losses. I just don't get it. The other 2 shares, I don't know what they're doing at 16. Penny, big announcement coming tomorrow from Cunard in the UK. Apparently world cruises to be canceled and nothing on sale until April. UK citizens banned from all ocean cruising indefinitely. There you go. There's a sign right there. Any cruise stock too high price. Patrick, and by the way, pools are officially open in Texas and people are back at work as of recently. From what I've heard, the numbers have dropped. Jen, let's hit the like button for all the work Bruce does to keep us informed. Thank you, Jen. Susan R. Many Americans carry very much, and some maskless don't realize yet our economy will crash if we don't stop the spread. They want to learn the hard way. Listen to doctors, Americans. There you go, Susan R. Wise words, I would say. Sylvia, Kirk Brunson, you have a smart governor. I thought they canceled the RNC here in Charlotte, but about 300 are here. Dumb as. They're dumb as. Carla Miller, I've been working from home since early March, Carla Miller says. D&G, Gregory will be working from home at least through this year. I'm pretty sure it will be longer. I hear you there, my friend. Susan R., Metro DC should have dinosaurs soon join the swamp. 4 more inches of rain today. Oh my gosh. Patrick, Bruce, you may find this as a surprise, but almost all of my friends, except for a few that I have have all gone back to their jobs and their current ones. Oh, okay. Good to hear. I just don't know how long it's going to last. I just, there's changes coming and there's changes been happening here. Jen, if schools are running and both parents are working, someone has to stay home. There you go, Debbie Manuel. Hi, D&G. Poor Wutan got here late. Was Blount bankruptcy talked about already? Blont. I don't know what that means. Wanda. Hi, Bruce. Hi, Wanda. How are you doing? Welcome, girl. Sylvia, Bruce, my daughter has been working from home since March. I got furloughed, then took a severance package. Screw it. Too old for all this drama. Will be applying for Social Security. Laugh out loud. Right on. I say take it. Get it. Take it and work for cash on the side. Absolutely. Sylvia, Debbie Manuel. Hi, Debbie. How are you doing? Jim Evans, why can't the cruisers play cards? Because the captain is standing on the deck. There you go, Jim. Susan R. Yes, with lockdown and kids with school online only, sort of like Little House on the Prairie. Yes. Emily, Jim, that's hysterical. Little fun there. Jan, outside of Toronto real estate has gone up 12%. Especially in areas with beaches where you can take a walk, get out of your house for a while, take the dog for a walk, gather your thoughts, go back home, work in your office. So true. Here in Creston, you can take a walk surrounded by the beautiful mountains. Here, you got high-speed internet, even for YouTubers. What can I say? Kirk Brunson, I believe my governor is good too, but certain industries can't open because of the safety, but schools can, he said. Matthew Bassler, working from home, Bruce, is going to be the new norm. Businesses here in the States don't have to pay rent, etc. My cousin told me the other day that over 400,000 people have moved out of New York. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. Out of Calgary, I bet you over 100,000 of the million have left because they're now working from their cottages this summer. A lot of Canadians this year, they take their 2 weeks holiday or 3 weeks holiday. They go, out of town to their cottages. Well, cottages in the 60s, when that thing kind of first started in a big way, that was like roughing it. You had like a campfire for heat if it got cold. The cottage was only good for the summer months because in the winter it wasn't insulated. But then in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, cottages became second houses, and people would go to the cottages from the spring until the late fall. They'd be in and out of there. Now you have cottages that are winterized, and you can live year-round in your second home. And people have plug-ins for their cars to plug them in the wintertime. They've got internet, wireless internet. They now have Netflix. They've got YouTube. They've got work. They've got their smartphones with them, their tablets, their computers, their laptops. So they're now integrated. Well, now Canadians this winter, so spring, summer, fall, all this year, for the last 4 or 5 months, a lot of Canadians have figured out, hey, hey, I don't have to be living in Calgary or Edmonton or Vancouver or Victoria or Toronto or downtown Montreal. I don't have to be in a big city anymore, or Winnipeg. I can be in a small town of 20,000 people. I can be in a small town of 5,000 people. I can be in the boonies. I can be 20 miles outside of Creston, come into Creston once a week for my groceries, take care of whatever I need to take care of. There are doctors here. There's a hospital here. What do I need to be in a big city for with a $1 million house and a $600,000 mortgage? What do I need to do that for? Why don't I just dump my place, take my $400,000 equity, go to Creston or outside of Creston or outside of Banff or Invermere or wherever? I'm talking Canadian communities. Folks, substitute your own town outside of your big multi-million city and think about becoming a resident of a small community where there are no traffic jams. There's no expressways. There are no stupid city taxes anymore. And I can be self-employed with my laptop, my telephone, my iPad, wherever I happen to be now. And I don't need to be carrying a $600,000 mortgage anymore, or whatever that number is. And I can now buy for cash a home to live in without a mortgage. Or if I do carry a mortgage, I'm carrying a $200,000 mortgage, not a $400,000 mortgage or a $600,000 mortgage. I'm carrying a fractional mortgage of what I used to carry, which means I need to make a lot less money to stay alive now than I used to, because I don't work for the bank anymore. I don't work for the mortgage company. I don't work for the city taxes anymore. I'm now living much cheaper and much less stress. And so if I'm working out of my house, I might only have to work as a part-timer. Maybe I work for my old company on a contract basis for 20 hours a week instead of 40 hours a week. And I have a better lifestyle. Maybe I work for 2 companies now. I work for my old company, and I work for another company that's similar to my old company for 15 hours here, 20 hours there. And that's all I do now. And I make actually more money personally than I made before, and I spend less to live on. I'm richer and I'm much less stressed out. Think about that, people. D&G, hi there, Debbie. Jeannie, Jim Evans, good giggle. Sylvia in New York City has a lot of empty apartment buildings. I read some people are booking out of New York City. Also heard that rent is dropping in New York. That's true. The cost of rent is dropping in certain areas of New York. Susan, I think people are leaving high density because of the COVID threat too. Correct. You are right, Sylvia, says Matthew. Lalita Loca. Hey, Bruce, traveling with Bruce. I love that. Internet lifestyle beats commuting to an office building every day. Lalita Loca knows what I'm talking about. They work out of their house. I work out of my house. Yes, there's some advantages to this. D&G, hello, Lita. Emily, Jim Evans, can I use it? I will say I've heard that it was on Bruce's show. Lita Loca, D&G Explorers, what's the good word, you guys? Debbie Manuel, hi there, Tony. Hey, Debbie Manuel. Emily, Lita Loca, hello, Tony and Jen. Everyone is saying hello to Tony and Jen, of course. Yes, indeed. Why would you want to be in a big city paying big rent and big mortgage when you can be doing what we're doing? Hey, Emily, says Lito. Donnell, hey, Tony and Jen, nice of you to drop by. Susan R., very interesting, Bruce. I heard the suburbs were selling like hotcakes. Emily, good to see you too. Lito, hey, Donnell. The gaming text, I have 100 subscribers. Does that count? Yes, it counts. Gaming, way to go, gamer. Sylvia, Matthew, and my daughter wanted to move to New York City, and I told her this would be a great time, but she just signed another lease in Raleigh, North Carolina. Lita Loca, the gaming text. Yes, you're here. Kate PM. Hi, Bruce. Greetings from Naples, Florida. Homes are selling fast here too. Isn't that interesting? Sylvia, D&G Explorers, dilly, drinking a beer on my sun porch. 82 degrees and muggy. Kirk Brunson, apartments might be empty, but my rent is still 60% of my take-home pay. Kirk, you keep your eyes and ears open. it might be getting cheaper for you not too long from now. Jen, 74 thumbs ups for Bruce. D&G, Sylvia, yes. Linda, I've been waiting to visit Canada for a long time, and now that I finally have money to travel, I can't. This sucks. Yeah, hang in there, Linda. Going to be a little while longer. Arc Adventures. Hey, Bruce, we are finally headed to our vacay to a secluded cabin in the Smoky Mountains tomorrow. Andy and Andrea from St. Louis, right on, you guys. Drive safe and enjoy. You deserve a break. Shane Bardo. Hello, Bruce, from northeastern Pennsylvania. Welcome, Shane. Gaming text, Lita Loca, Cruising and Laugh. I'd love to see you guys. Nice to see you here. David Guido, Royal Caribbean sent me an email for a free inside cabin for 2 on the Allure of the Seas going February 2021. So I went for it. All I paid was $282 for all in. Should I cancel? Just wait and see. Wait and see. Just wait and see. Let's see what happens. It's only $282. A poor Wutan has Bruce mentioned the Blount bankruptcy. I have no idea what that is. I need more info. Lita Loca, the gaming text, thanks. Ryan Tube HD, hoping to book the Norwegian Jade in November. I need the official Brucey seal of approval to see if she'll sail November 22nd. Really, really hoping to go this November. You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. MG Tow, even if the government says it's okay to cruise, I wouldn't cruise. Too dangerous. Wait 2 or 3 more years. Linda Foley from Georgia. I'm still wanting to travel out of the USA. Oh, I want to get out. Vince. Hi, Bruce. My name is Vince. I love your show. Vince, welcome to the show tonight. Nice to have you here. MG Tow, you got that right, says Sylvia. Who wants to be cruising guinea pigs right now? No, thank you. Sea Weave from Alabama, and I agree. I just hope my 2 cruises in 2021 are a go. Thank you, Sea Weave, and thank you, Sea Weave, for being a sponsor member of my channel. Linda, mid-80s here in Georgia. Donnell, 86 thumbs ups and counting for Bruce today. Ryan Tube, who can read that? Let's see here. It reads Traveling with Bruce. Linda, Andy Lee, have you talked to Tony and Jenny from Lita Loca? I always talk to Tony and Jenny from Lita Loca, and I'm glad they popped in today. Bill Carroll, do they know where the hurricanes are going, or are we waiting for Trump and his Sharpie? Well, it's going to Alabama. I mean, it always goes to Alabama. J-Lo, don't mess with Bruce or you will get the moose. Arc Adventures, Bruce, we're watching you through with BLTs. And mac and cheese, what can be better? Nothing is better than that. That is awesome. John Ware, I wonder why they thought here in rural Illinois in late 1918, from your conversation, and what they thought about rural Illinois. Poor Wutan, Royal Caribbean is a sexy stock. It's too leveraged. It is way overpriced. Hola, cute. Morning, everybody. Hello there, Donnell. Bruce, which of the big cruise lines do you reckon will go belly up first? I don't know. They've all got a lot of money. They can all go another year just handing it out. So nothing for a while yet. Susan R., stock market must be maxed out, in my opinion. The stock market is pretty high these days. D&G, hello there. Hello, whoever. Arc Adventures, we're at 88 thumbs up. This is great. John, Bruce, you rock. Thank you for perspectives. Thank you, John, very much. Poor Wutan, Blue Small Ship Cruises. First American cruise company go bankrupt. Ship is now on sale online. Know nothing about it. Obviously, they're really tiny. Steve Hernandez. Hey, Bruce, how's it going? Steve, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show. Ryan, YouTube, I like to stream or cruises won't resume for a year, another year. Sea Weave, number 2. Advising someone to take Social Security, assuming you mean disability, and working for cash is not only illegal, but you could land in jail. Don't take that advice. Work for cash. Do some cash jobs on the side. Poor Wutan. Interesting since these American flags, since those are American flag ships. Interesting. Donna Manitou, Sea Weave, I agree. Surprised he said it. Working at home. I just cut the grass. Did I miss anything important? Exactly. Do somebody's lawn, help out, do some cash work. Royal Way, hiya, Bruce. Welcome, Jen. 94 thumbs ups for Bruce. Margie Butcher, some people are traveling in RVs and working from wherever. That's right. Folks are working out of RVs for cash, making some bucks on the side. I say go for it. Billionaires get breaks. You take your break too. James, cruise news is slow these past few days. It's true. Donnell. Yes, Jan, 3 more to go, and then he's got 100 thumbs up. Poor Wutan cruise and travel stocks. We're up on FDA plasma treatment news. Yeah, good luck with that, kids. Good luck with that. MG Toe, this is the best time to get yourself a double wide. There you go. Sylvia, I'm going on to Social Security. You can work, but only part-time. Can't make a lot of money. I plan on doing that, and financial advisor said it's okay. There you go. MG, thumbs ups, everybody. Arc Adventure. So we sold all our cruise stocks except 100 of Carnival. We'll figure out when to buy our shares back, but the cruise shares, ticking up makes us nervous. Pulling them to what you don't know, they're not going any higher. They might go higher, but they shouldn't be. They ultimately will go a lot lower. There is some bad days ahead, folks. After November, look out stock market. Look out below for the whole stock market. Because there's no reason for the Fed to keep pumping money into the market after November. Seaweave, this is true, but working for cash and not reporting it, that's what's illegal. There you go. Yeah, okay. Let Uncle Sam come after you for $20 you make on the side. Good luck. Sylvia, as the steaming bean says, if you have an issue, grab a tissue, laughing out loud. Keith Hensley. I'm cheap. Keith Hensley. Well, that's too bad, Keith. You can always just be a subscriber and follow me here. Seaweave, I would never do that. Bruce is Canadian. He doesn't know the rules for the USA. Oh gosh, you fear you fear the IRS. You think the IRS is coming after you because you're making $20 on the side. Oh my God, are you folks in trouble down there? They got enough problems. They're being defunded by their own government, let alone coming after you guys. I don't know what you're afraid of. $20 cash. How do you find $20 cash, $50 cash? If you don't report it, you don't deposit it into your bank account. I don't know how anyone reports you. I don't know how that happens. I don't understand. I don't know. Think babysitting. You remember you used to babysit as a kid? Did you report that? I mean, come on. Jack, Social Security retirement rules are different than Social Disability Social Security. Yes, there are all kinds of rules for all kinds of issues, but folks, unless you're making a couple of $1,000 a month on the side, I don't think you got anything to worry about down there. Your deductions alone, I mean, goodness gracious. I don't know. It's just me. I'm not afraid of my government. What can I say? The government is more afraid of us, but in the States, it's different, isn't it? People are afraid of their government down in the States, which is sad, really, because you actually are in charge. But what can I say? Where can one send you diverse cruise info links for your video? Where can one send you diverse cruise info links for your video considerations? You can always send me a direct message on Facebook if you want. There's down below is my email. You can always send me an email and let me know what your thoughts are. Love to hear your thoughts. But what can I say, folks? Yes. What time is it now? It's now 9 o'clock Eastern time. Those of you who've been joining me for the past hour, thank you for being here today. I hope you enjoyed today's vast array of discussions from cruising to working for cash and trying to survive this pandemic, working from your home, selling your home in the big city and moving to a smaller place for a cheaper price. Not a bad move. Hey, Sylvia from Donnell. Sylvia, Bruce, what can I do with $20 cash? And I'm not babysitting nowadays, chaps. There you go. Exactly. Zane Belcher, can you talk about Crystal and Genting? Yes, I can talk about Crystal and Genting. I've made a couple of videos in the last 2 weeks about Crystal and Genting. Crystal says they're not going out of business, but then all kinds of people talk about the fact they can't get a refund from Crystal. They've been waiting and waiting and waiting. Then Crystal says not going out of business and not refunding money. And then they cancel all their cruises till the end of 2020, and they're not exactly saying when they're going back into cruising in 2021, which makes sense. But then they announce that they're offering cruises for 2022 and 2023, which is interesting. You can book a cruise down the way. So there you go. Susan R., you're right about Sylvia, even SS disabled, you could work, Social Security. Snitches get stitches in any country. Peace to all, says Jack Wise. Yeah, well, good luck with that. Like I say, if you're getting $1,000 a month from disability, God bless you. If you're making 10 or $20 on the side doing something else, God bless you, because you're probably returning your empties to make ends meet. I don't know how people make it in the States with so little money. It's unbelievable. But what can I say? It is what it is, and there are a lot of you out there who are trying to get by, and I get you. Same to you, Jack Wise. A lot of you who had full-time jobs, now you're working on the side, or you're working from home. You're probably making more money. You might be able to make more money as a consultant than as a full-time employee anyway. Sylvia Swan, not just security, not disability. I'm not disabled. So there you go. Just Social Security. Sylvia's good. She's all good. That car guy is here saying, what are you saying there? Something about people moving into your area in Ohio. I live in a vacation area in Ohio. Lots more cases in my area since the summer. There you go. People have moved into your area. Sylvia Swan, income limits apply. There you go. There's that. It's amazing how governments have figured out a way to keep people poor by implementing all kinds of rules to keep you poor. It's incredible. It's just amazing to me. I love the entrepreneurial spirit out there. And I don't know, to each his own. Whatever works for you, works for you. I hope it all works out for everybody in the end. In any event, that is the end of the show. I'm hungry. I got to eat something. It's here in Creston. It's 6 o'clock in the evening. I got to eat something to eat. Got to have something for dinner. Welcome and thank you for those of you who've been here today. We must have missed the Apple MacBook update. You figured it all out. I'm working on it. We're further down the road than we used to be, and the first video on the Mac is up now. The video I uploaded today is the first ever video I uploaded with my Final Cut Pro X software. So I hope you like it. It's kind of basic, but it's up there. It has a few transitions, a few titles. Hope you like it. The videos will get more complicated as we go forward. Sylvia, Donnell, hi Donnell. MG, prepare for the fall now. James, is Suda becoming the lineup for Alliga? I don't know if that's going to happen. Donna, that car guy is it put in bay? I don't know what that means. Bruce, I had KFC. Right on, Sylvia. We don't have KFC here in Creston. No KFC in Creston. We have a Dairy Queen. We have an A&W. We have a Tim Hortons. We have a Subway. But then we got Jennifer's Home Cooking, which is pretty darn good. Jen, I canceled my October 2020 on a Quebec City to the Amazon cruise with Crystal, and they suggested I need to wait 90 days for a refund. 90 days. Emily, good show, Bruce. Be safe, stay cool, and wear your mask. You too, Emily. Love your mask. Rebecca, it's too early, Bruce. Stay on and have Jennifer's side slide you a snack. Don't go off the air yet. That car guy, yes, that car guy says we have people in this area who've been getting sick. What can I say? Wanda, have a good night, Bruce. Always enjoyable hearing your updates. Thank you, everybody. Keep an eye on the channel and on the Stock Markets with Bruce channel. I'll keep videos coming on, and we'll do trivia later this week, hopefully. Susan, Sylvia, on regular SS, you can make all you want. There you go. Arc Adventures, Put in Bay is near Port Clinton, Ohio. Isn't that right? Arc is asking. Donnell, bye for now, Bruce and all. Enjoyed the show. It's 2 a.m. in the morning here. Time for 40 Winks. Right on, Donnell. Thank you. Great shirt you got on there. Have a great night. Good evening. And rest up, my friend. Thank you so much. And all of you, thank you for being here tonight with Traveling with Bruce and all of my friends from around the world. I really appreciate that you were here. I hope you stay well, stay safe, stay healthy, social distance, take care of yourselves, and we'll do a video. We'll do a trivia show hopefully later this week. Sylvia, Susan, I'm not 70 years old. I'm only 63. I'm just a kid. We're all just kids. That's true. Anyway, we'll do a trivia show later this week. Keep your eyes open for that. And we'll talk to you all later. Thank you for your support and joining me tonight.